Since the dawn of time, we humans have been eager to be on our feet, but from the moment we got on our feet, we never got off. Now you might be thinking, what's the big deal about being on your feet all the time? This may come as a surprise to some of you, but most of the pains found across our entire bodies are actually rooted from mechanical issues stemming from our feet. And although you can't replace your feet, the good news is you can address these issues and make a huge difference in your overall health and athletic performance in the process. And that's what we'll be discussing today on Move Better by Speed Training. Hello, I'm Richard Bucciarelli. This video is brought to you by the Speed Training Lab and High Performance Center, where sports meet science. Our feet are used for almost every form of movement and locomotion. They carry the full weight of our bodies, and we place them into all types of terrain where they're forced to adapt and take a beating in the process. As a result, the risk of getting foot discomfort, pain, and even injury is very high, both for average Joes as well as competitive athletes. In this video, we're going to introduce the functional anatomy and major movements involved in the foot and ankle, and then in each of the next few videos, we'll examine a specific foot and ankle problem in much more detail. I'm now going to hand things over to our manager, RV, who'll take a closer look at exactly what our feet and ankles do for us and how they move.
The first foot and ankle movement we'll be looking at is dorsiflexion. This movement occurs when we try to point our toes up towards our shins, and it involves the tibialis anterior, extensor hallucis longus, extensor digitorum longus, and the Peroneus tertius muscles. Dorsiflexion is a very important movement when performing key sport movements, including squats, jumping, and changing direction. Next off is plantar flexion, the opposing movement to dorsiflexion, which occurs when the toes are pointed towards the ground. This movement involves the Gastrocnemius, Soleus, and the Plantaris muscles. We commonly use plantar flexion with both complex movements like lifting, bounding from a jump, or starting a sprint, as well as with simple movements and exercises such as calf raises. The next foot and ankle movements we'll be taking a look at are inversion and eversion. Inversion occurs when the sole of the foot rotates to face the midline of the body, and it involves the tibialis anterior and the tibialis posterior muscles. Eversion, the opposing movement to inversion, occurs when the sole of the foot rotates outward, opposing the midline. It involves our three peroneal muscles, Peroneus longus, Peroneus brevis, and Peroneus tertius. Both inversion and eversion occur frequently when performing changes of direction that occur in exercises such as agility drills, and also with simple movements such as walking, hiking on unstable terrains where the foot may land on a slightly rotated position. The final foot and ankle movement we'll be looking at today is adduction and abduction. Adduction occurs when the toe is pointed towards the midline of the body, and the opposing movement, abduction, occurs when the toes are pointed outwards away from the midline. Adduction and abduction are movements that are seen in everyday life and in sport. They're seen when the toes are pointed outwards during squats, and also when the toes are either pointed inward or outward during walking or running.
Hopefully, the functional anatomy and movements that were explained today will help you to better understand common pain and injuries that occur in the foot and ankle, such as sprains, strains, or even fractures that may have been initially caused by an imbalance or poor movement mechanics of the foot and ankle. In the next few videos, we'll go into much more detail about several of these commonly experienced foot and ankle pains and injuries. Thank you very much for watching this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. Please remember to like the video and share it, leave a comment on it to let us know what you thought about the topic, and hit the notification bell to make sure you never miss an update. We'd also like to hear from you. What specific topics would you like to hear us discuss in a future Move Better episode? Let us know in the comments below. We'll see you next time, and until then, keep running faster, moving better, and training smarter.